Wine is the heart's delight and comfort, invigorating you. It's imbued with the divine sun-like spirit, the color of a pomegranate, the taste of the wheat and wine. Heavenly and earthly passions are all in one. A wonderful land spread on gentle slopes, washed by noble Dniester waves at a stone's throw from the Black Sea. God himself called a grape wine into being and made it sprout up here. It is here, under favorable natural and ecological conditions, that PURACRI, one of the main viticulture centers, appeared in the southeastern region of Moldova. In the days of yore, Manx styled this abandoned land cultivating grape saplings, and their assiduous work went along with holy prayers. And who knows, perhaps that is why wines in this land had peculiar taste and valuable qualities. A peculiar relief of the locality formed by the PURACRI slopes, smoothly descending towards the Dniester, creates optimal conditions for terraced cultivating of vineyards. It lets the sun warm up vineyards all day long. Warm winds blowing from the seaside temper both winter cold and summer heat. Here wine is not overheated in the daytime, and at night the soil underneath it cools down slowly, owing to its grapes ripen smoothly. Besides, this zonal is notable for the particular composition of the soil. Since earliest time, all these factors made it possible for PURACRI villagers to produce outstanding and unique wines. The wine proved to be of remarkable aroma and flavor, but most amazing was an unusual dark color of the wine, so far not characteristic of the local wines. That is why the winemakers called the wine Negru de PURACRI, PURACRI Black. For the first time, the wine was generally recognized at the agriculture exhibition in 1847. PURACRI winemakers exhibited their creation at the Paris World Exhibition in 1878. At the blind test, many members of the wine tasting jury preferred intensively colored dry red wine that they mistook for one of the new samples of the famous Bordeaux wines. They got dumbfounded when the drink turned out to be the wine from an unknown village called PURACRI. So for the first time, Negru de PURACRI got the highest award on the international scale, the gold medal. For some time, PURACRI wines were in as great demand as eminent Bordeaux and Burgundy wines. They were ordered for their cellar by such prominent historical figures as Russian Emperor Nicholas II, British King George V, and Queen Victoria. Since then, the wines of the PURACRI winemakers kept winning prizes and medals. At the end of the 19th century, PURACRI vineyards were destroyed by phylloxera, and the secret of the technological process was lost. A new period in the history of PURACRI wines began in the 50s of the 20th century. At that time, there appeared again real experts who managed to gradually restore the phases of the classical winemaking and did not let great wine sink into oblivion. Among them, there are the names of Pimen Kupcha, who retrieved the Negru de PURACRI brand, once lost and forgotten, and created a new brand called Purpurir de PURACRI, and Ion Ungureanu, the creator of Roșu de PURACRI. A new period of PURACRI wine begins with the year of 2004, the opening of a modern winery in PURACRI region. The primary processing was wholly reconstructed. The winemakers process the varieties such as Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Malbec, Saperavi and Rara Negra, which yield proper PURACRI wines, Roșu de PURACRI and Negru de PURACRI. To obtain the wines with harmonious flavor, there should be a certain fixed ratio of spirit contents, titratable acidity, phenolic substances, and a reduced extract. Grapes to be processed are fed for crushing. In winemaking practice, the grape crushing process is combined with grape distilling. The winery is equipped with the up-to-date production plans of the leading European industrial manufacturers. Roll crushers installed in the PURACRI winery ensure high-quality grape crushing and limited grape skin grading. Mast fermentation of the pulp is used to extract the necessary amount of phenolic substances from grape skins. Pulp fermenting with the floating cap in oak vats with a controlled mode of mixing ensures obtaining red wines with pronounced variety features. The peculiarity of this method is a natural contact of mast and pulp, which results in dissolving, coloring, phenolic, extractive and aromatic substances of grape skins in wine. The diversity of factors stipulates a creative approach in producing high-quality, peculiar dry red wine. After mast fermenting on the pulp, the mast is separated from the pulp on the streamers and presses and is fed for the after fermentation. The malic lactate fermentation process is one of the principal technological operations ensuring high quality of PURACRI wines. After processing with the means of bottling agents and wine clarifying, the wine materials are kept for aging in oak barrels with a capacity of 225 liters. In the cellar, the temperature is maintained constant at 14 to 16 degrees Celsius and air humidity 85%. During the aging period, the wines are under constant technochemical and microbiological control. At the end of this period, aged wines are processed in cold, stocked in cold stores, then they are filtered in cold and transported to rest. Wines are bottled and undergo bottle aging. In the process of bottle aging, without the excess of air, the wine is stored in a horizontal position in special containers. A delicate bouquet and a smooth and harmonious taste turning the wine into a masterpiece. After the bottle aging, a proprietary label printed on special paper is attached to a bottle. A high-quality polylaminate decorative cap is put upon it and finally, carefully wrapped into superfine tissue, the bottles are packed into specially designed cartons. The oldest well-known cellar has been reconstructed and modernized. At present here is kept the original collection of PURACRI wines starting with the vintage of 1947. A magnificent chateau that appeared instead of the oldest Moldavian winery attracts tourists preferring wine tours. Eight luxury suites, a billiard parlor, a tasting room, all these are situated right over the renowned cellars. Their labyrinths are cross-like. These mysterious underground galleries meet each tourist with their silent tale about the history of PURACRI wine's creation.